Welcome back to Rvluxrypro, where luxury meets the open road. We uncover the newest, boldest, and smartest motorhomes the world has to offer. So sit back, relax, and let's roll into the next big reveal together. I've got to tell you, folks, I don't think I've ever been this excited to talk about a motorhome. I mean, yeah, we've all seen some incredible rigs come and go over the years, but what Brabus just dropped for 2026, this thing is on another level. You know how Brabus has always had this reputation: wild custom builds, pushing Mercedes to the limit, turning already powerful machines into beasts with their own personality. Well, imagine that same spirit, that same raw attitude, poured into a full-blown motorhome. It's bold, it's loud, it's unapologetic, and honestly, it might just be the coolest home on wheels I've ever seen. Now, before we even dive deep, picture this. You're driving down some mountain road, the kind where the air smells like pine and you've got endless views in front of you. Normally, in a big rig, you'd feel a little sluggish, maybe nervous about a tight corner or a gravel trail. But this Brabus, you're sitting behind the wheel of something that feels more like a luxury SUV mixed with a private jet and a military-grade off-roader. That's the vibe. It's not just a motorhome, it's a statement. Let's start with the way it looks, because you can't ignore that. The design is, well, you know when people turn their heads and do a double take. That's exactly what happens when this thing rolls by. Brabus went all in with this futuristic but muscular design language. It doesn't scream camper the way traditional RVs do. It's more like it whispers supercar DNA, but in a body big enough to live in. You've got these sharp LED light bars that wrap around the front, an aggressive grille that feels more G-Wagon than Winnebago, and these massive, almost intimidating wheels that look ready to claw their way across sand, mud, or snow. And honestly, those wheels are just the beginning, because what really blew me away is the hybrid engine setup. Now, don't worry, I'm not going to get lost in a bunch of technical stuff, because who cares about all the engineering jargon when the experience is what really matters. Here's what you need to know. This thing has the guts of a beast but with the brains of the future. It's got a hybrid powertrain that gives you the torque you need when you're pulling up a steep incline or dragging a trailer full of toys, but it also lets you cruise quietly and efficiently when you're just rolling through a national park. Imagine pulling up to a campsite and not hearing the typical diesel rumble, just this smooth, confident hum. It feels like Brabus looked at the old complaints about motorhomes being gas guzzlers and said, yeah, not anymore. But here's the kicker, the off-road features. And I mean real off-road capability. I'm not talking about the kind of, oh look, we put knobby tires on it, marketing gimmick. I'm talking about legit clearance, reinforced underbody protection, adaptive suspension that reads the terrain, and modes that let you tackle everything from dunes to rocky trails. It's basically daring you to take the road less traveled. And that's the kind of freedom that excites me, because let's be real, motorhomes usually trap you to the pavement. They're great on highways, but once you see that dirt path winding up a hill, you hesitate. The Brabus, it practically begs you to go check it out. Now, as much as I could stand outside gawking at it all day, the real magic happens when you step inside. And let me tell you, Brabus didn't cut corners. If anything, they went even harder on the interior than they did the exterior. Walking inside feels less like stepping into a motorhome and more like entering a five-star suite designed by someone who refuses to compromise. The lighting is subtle and customizable, with soft strips hidden behind panels so you're never dealing with harsh bulbs. The seating, man, it's that Brabus leather you can sink into, stitched in patterns you'd expect in a luxury sports car. And then there's the tech. Every surface feels connected. Touch panels blend seamlessly into the design, controlling everything from climate to entertainment to the panoramic skylight above your head. Yeah, I said skylight. Picture lying back on a sofa with the stars above you, framed perfectly by glass that stretches almost the entire length of the ceiling. Tell me that's not the ultimate way to end a day of adventuring. And when you want to get serious about rest, the bedroom setup is just as impressive. Plush bedding, clever storage, and even soundproofing so you can park next to a bustling site and still feel like you're in your own peaceful world. Now, a lot of you are probably wondering, okay, but how much is all this luxury going to cost me? And fair question, because Brabus has never been shy about premium pricing. Let me put it this way, it's not cheap. We're talking into the high six figures, maybe even brushing $1 million depending on how you spec it out. But here's the thing, you're not just buying a motorhome, you're buying a lifestyle, a conversation starter, a rolling piece of art that also happens to double as one of the most capable travel machines ever built. It's for the folks who don't just want to camp, they want to conquer. And this is where it gets really interesting when you compare it to past models. See, Brabus has played in the custom luxury space for years, taking Mercedes Sprinters, for example, and turning them into jaw-dropping vans. And yeah, those were impressive, but they always felt like luxury transport first, adventure second. With the 2026 motorhome, the balance shifts. It's no longer, how do we make travel feel posh? It's, how do we make living on the road feel limitless? That's the difference. Compared to older Brabus projects, this feels like they finally embraced the motorhome identity fully, instead of treating it like an extension of something else. And honestly, it couldn't come at a better time. People are craving adventure like never before. We've all seen the boom in van life, RV living, off-grid exploration. But so many of those builds come with trade-offs. Either you get rugged but bare bones, or luxurious but delicate. Brabus is saying, why not both? Why not give you a rolling palace that also shrugs off mud, snow, and rocks like they're nothing? Let me tell you, if I had this rig, I don't think I'd ever want to go home. This would be home, and that's the beauty of it. It's not just transport, it's transformation. The Brabus 2026 motorhome makes you think differently about what's possible, about how far you can go, and how comfortably you can get there. Now, I can already hear some people asking, but do you really need all that? Isn't this just overkill? And hey, maybe for some folks it is. If you just want to pull into a KOA campground for the weekend, a regular RV will do just fine. But if you're the kind of person who gets goosebumps at the thought of cresting a ridge and seeing the world spread out beneath you, or parking by a hidden lake where no one else dares to go, then yeah, this is the kind of rig you dream about. And isn't that what Brabus has always been about? Not practicality in the everyday sense, but pushing boundaries, setting benchmarks, making you feel something the moment you turn the key. And with this motorhome, they've captured that magic in a way I didn't think was possible for a vehicle this size. So here's what I'll say. The 2026 Brabus motorhome isn't just another release. It's not just a new model year. It's a bold step into the future of how we travel, how we live, and how we chase adventure. And yeah, it's not for everyone. But, for those who get it, who see it, who feel that spark of excitement in their gut when they look at it, this might just be the ultimate dream machine. And let's be honest, half the fun of dreaming about motorhomes like this is imagining where you'd take them. Me, I'm already picturing a trip through the Rockies, maybe detouring down into some desert trails, before cruising along the coast with the ocean breeze blowing in through the panoramic windows. That's the kind of freedom this thing promises. That's the kind of future Brabus is selling us. And I, for one, can't wait to see it out on the road. So yeah, buckle up. Because the world of motorhomes just got a serious shakeup. And if this is what 2026 looks like, I can only imagine where we'll be heading next. You've been watching Rvluxrypro, your front row seat to the world of luxury motorhomes. Don't forget to subscribe for more exclusive reveals. See you on the next ride.